Hey y'all, hang on, let me turn off my AC.
Howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy.
Okay, so this is my friend Kyle, who I was telling you about with all the yummy mushrooms. I know everyone has had so many questions about them. So we're going to kind of go through an interview process where I'm going to ask him questions that I had. And maybe scratch him good on the neck there. And after that, you guys ask all the questions that you want. And then, of course, we're here. We have to pull cards. We must. So we're going to play a little music. We have the guitar ready. So let's get jamming. Let's get jamming. Okay. So, Kyle.
Yes.
First, tell me a little bit about your walkabout. Kyle went on a walkabout, y'all. He went on a walkabout.
Walkabout. So back in the beginning of March, went down to Austin. I've been going through a lot of, I dedicated to my life to the spiritual practice and different modalities and just going deep within my spiritual path, trying to find, that calling for me. So there was a bunch of the healers I met here that I worked with at the shop I was going to. I found that there was a consistency of like Austin. So it's like Austin's calling me. So I went down to Austin and I met Max, the Crystal Skull. So I got into like the Tantra work, and when she showed me this Max Crystal Skull was like the first thing we talked about, one of the first things we first talked. And so I went to visit this skull, and
Cool.
That thing was so heavy, and it was like you got 30 minutes.
Have y'all heard of the Crystal Skull? Oh my God, the power, the energy.
I'm telling you.
We've talked about ley lines. We've talked about power objects. This is exactly what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, if you know like the energetic high, if you've ever felt that.
Yeah.
Then it's like, it was like that for like 3 days, and I just kept constantly hearing this doom, 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 doom drum, like just beating. And it was like, what is going on here? Yeah, it was beautiful skull, and it spoke to me. It's reported to be over like 5,000 years old. But
because I was trying to turn it off.
It told me it was like over like 500,000 years old. It's just ancient. So it's just everybody gets their time with it. But that 30 minutes literally felt like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been in that space where time just like
completely
escapes. It was like it felt like so short.
So did that talk to you about the mushrooms, or like is that what like got
that
you
just what led me on my like path and walkabout? And I had felt the intuition, the call like 2 years before that I was going to go out and do this.
Yeah.
And so I like just kind of prepped my whole life and, watched those towers just fall.
Prepped your family, prepped your life, right.
Well, that gave me lots of tower moments where it forced me, pushed me out into it, so.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know that I did the walkabout along the Gulf Coast, from Tampa to about Mobile, Alabama. And you have to prep your family because everybody thinks you're completely insane.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to get a single person to say, oh, we're so happy. I mean, maybe a few will be like, I'm happy for you. I want you to do it. Right?
I was fortunate enough to have my family support me, and like always allowed me my kind of like own view. And like even my sister, she says she doesn't agree with it. She couldn't do it. I was like, you can do it. It's all right there. We're all capable. Right. But it does take lots of sacrifice. And
it does, and it takes a mental preparation.
So I mean, what are you gonna sacrifice?
So tell me about where you found the reishi mushrooms and who you learned about them from.
So
I mean, you don't have to call them out by name, but
right.
Maybe who they are and what they do.
Went out on a hike and we found one, and I was like, this is what they showed me was reishi. So I brought it back and I did the research and I looked it up, and I saw that the reishi were just really bright and colorful, and I was like, I don't think these are reishi. So I put them away and to the side and until they came back into the picture. But then one day I was out hiking by myself in the Appalachians in North Carolina, and it was just
Lay down.
right there on the path, on the tree, on the side of the hiking trail. And you had this big, this big trunk, just dead tree, and it had some of them sticking out on it. I was like, ooh, I know what those are. I've already researched them. I already looked into it. I already saw that, when I gathered some of those, I took them back, and I was like, I did further research, and it was like, it's one of the easiest beginner mushrooms. It just kind of happened that way. They're very easy to spot. There's not many that look like them. They're not, toxic for you at all.
Right. So tell me a little about that. Like, does it show up on a drug test?
Well, no, it's going to clean your system. It's medicinal.
Sorry, guys. This is why I do my videos in the morning. Hey, you ma'am, lay down. Lay down. You're going to have to go. I don't like walking you up, but you have to lay down all the way. So, will it show up on a drug screen, or is it is it something they test
it's
for?
It's more something that would clean you out quicker for a drug screen.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know.
So, is it a mushroom that would make your mind, or like, is it the trippy kind?
No, not at all.
Okay, so
well, I had kind of a, like I said, once you get that, like I said, from that skull, when you get that energetic high and you start connecting that with nature, and that's what I was doing. I was going out and trying to be in nature by myself, be one with nature, let it speak to you, let the trees speak. You'll have a certain thought or something in your mind, and then you see, a crow fly up or something like that, and it's just like getting in touch with that. And so once I was collecting those mushrooms, there was just so many, and I would hike sometimes. One time I was pretty much like rock climbing, and I had a foraging bag I had just full of them, and the whole smell of them, they got such a woody, strong smell to them.
They are, you guys, they actually are like wood. Like, they feel like wood at first.
Rubbery. But they are, the dried ones are like
the dried
crackers.
ones. That's what I'm talking about.
Them.
So pull out a few of those, and let me just do a quick sound check. Can you guys hear us okay? Can we get a thumbs up if you can hear us? We have a delay on this end, so. Okay. Taking that narrow path, David said. Hi, Amy's Alchemy, David Kaczynski, Jody, Adrian, two Adrians, oh no, it's the same Adrian. Diana, beautiful. Rona, beautiful. Dawn, I don't know how to say good evening. I only know how to say good morning. She's deaf. If I ever saw two friends who love their mushroom magic, it's y'all in this picture. Yes, we do love our mushroom magic. Now, we love the magic mushrooms too. We'll do another video on that another day. About microdosing and taking magic mushrooms for spiritual enlightenment, not for recreation, okay? Beautiful Western Raven. That's as far up as they let me go. Everybody can hear us great. So, these are, can I hold one?
It's like, they're just different sizes.
Right.
It just depends on how.
So these are them. And they truly are like, hold this real quick. They're like wood now after they've dried. They're rubbery, of course, when you pick them, but they're like wood whenever they dry. They're dehydrated. Right. So can we talk about the process that you do to make your, like, we're going to go through the process. It takes about, how long do you think? 4 months?
For these?
About 4 months to
product?
get to the actual finished product. 9 men.
It was about, 2 months.
She's like, y'all are in my seat. Y'all know she likes to be up here, and she's mad right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, to the finished, product that you have, it takes a good 2 months, so.
Yeah. 2 months from beginning to end.
Well, finding it, because what I did with these specifically, so it's a little different. I didn't use the dried ones, I used the fresh. So I was capturing that essence, the spirit of that mushroom.
Absolutely.
And catching that as soon as you can and distilling it in that, the purest grain alcohol you can find, or not even grain, just whatever you.
Right.
They got sugar, they got all kinds.
And that's the thing. So walk me through that, like you're walking through the woods, and start your process there.
So that's what I came up on that big tree with all the, and I recognized it, and I was like, I know these, you know. So I grabbed some that I thought looked good, you know, and took them back, and I was
But
kind of
talk
like,
about the intention, like that you do in the prayer.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I'm so thankful for everything when we walk up. You always, I had it out here.
You looking
My
for?
bag of tobacco.
It's right over there.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I carry my tobacco with me, and you know, I'll always thank the tree. And that's what I was saying earlier. I was just connecting with spirit. When I first started collecting them, it was so much. I was like, you know, Pachamama, which is Mother Earth Gaia, you know, she's is like, am I taking too much? And she was just like, wants to provide medicine for more people. You know?
Absolutely. And you guys know, we were talking today about how antidepressants can really like mess. I'm not saying that these are a substitute for antidepressants. Please make sure that you understand that. Talk to your doctor about anything you do, especially if you're already on any kind of chemical medication. But the chemicals that we take are Gaia, Earth, Mother, has provided every medicine we need on this earth, even the ones for our head. God knew, Gaia knew, that we would have anxiety, that we would have PTSD, that we would have these issues. So this mushroom is amazing because I've been taking it now for almost 3 weeks, and my mind is clearer. And we'll talk a little bit about the symptoms I went through because there is a clearing process, okay? There's a clearing process. But your stomach, whenever you take an SSRI, an antidepressant, the SSRI does not produce serotonin. A lot of people are confused about that. It does not produce serotonin. It pulls serotonin from your second brain, which is your stomach, your tummy, and it pulls serotonin out of your stomach, which is one of the things that helps everything navigate through your intestines, like what makes things easier to flow through. Think about it. Serotonin makes a happy brain and a happy tummy, okay? So when you take SSRIs or antidepressants, you can get very, very constipated and clogged up, and some people only go to the bathroom every few days, and they may not go at all. These right here help my stomach. They help. I can literally feel it from my root chakra all the way up through my crown chakra. I think clearer. My skin has gotten better. My hair has gotten thicker. I'm growing hair in places where I didn't have hair before. Seriously, like I have like these baby wisps coming out that I didn't even have hair before. Like I said, y'all have seen me. If you are new to my channel, go back about a month or two and like look at my skin versus now, and look at like my face, and everything is brighter. Notice my channeling is heavier because it's clearing my third eye. It's clearing my crown chakra.
Decalcifies your pineal.
Yes, talk about that. So it decalcifies your pineal gland. Okay, so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I had a buddy, I was like, I want to bless you with, some of these reishi mushrooms, and I gave him, and he said, oh man, I heard or read about these, that they decalcify your, pineal, and I was like, yeah, and I had just seen like a similar thing on that, with chaga and reishi, so.
What's chaga?
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 It's another mushroom that grows on like beach.
Cool. Like beach,
Birch.
like with water?
No, like
Birch trees?
Yeah, one of them. I always get the two confused.
Yeah.
I need to get that straight now.
Chaga? I'm gonna have to look that up.
It looks
I've
just
never
like
tried it.
Yeah. It just looks like a black smudge on it. It wouldn't look edible.
And y'all check out this mushroom. This is the one that was in the picture. Pull that one over.
This.
We're gonna take Q&A in a little bit, but you guys feel free to comment in between. But check this thing out, so you can see.
That's not a reishi though.
No, this is not a reishi. What is this?
Red belted polyp.
This is a red belted. Look at this.
Yeah, if you turn it, you can get the edges that are kind of red. Yeah, you can see the red.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you see the red birch, and look again.
Yeah, that one's like straight wood. So if you can see the rings in it like a tree.
So when he harvests these mushrooms, this is the most important part, I think. You can actually buy reishi mushrooms online, reishi mushroom extract. I mean, you can get, this is a thing, and it's caused so much healing. But what I think is really neat about this is that Kyle prays and thanks not only the tree, but the mushroom, and he sets an intention for the mushroom to do whatever that person needs done within their body, within their mental, or within their spiritual. Okay? And that's what's so amazing. And I want to give you an example of this. So I take it, and for me, it's helping me with depression and anxiety and sleep. Mandy, she does not like that her spot is taken right now. And for my mother, who lives down in Houston, she has severe migraines. Mama Vesta. Everybody knows Mama Vesta. She has severe migraines, and in fact, she gets disability because she gets three to 5 migraines a week. And if you can imagine, one migraine a week is pretty disabilitating. Is that right? Disabilitating? Mm-hmm. We've been having word funnies today. Debilitating. Thank you. So yeah, so I brought some down to her, and I made her some, he gave me some mushrooms, and I made her a reishi tea. Now here's the thing. Water only pulls out, like in the soluble, of like certain molecules. Thank you, darling. Debilitating. Thank you. Y'all know, Rona. Y'all know I have no issue being authentic about anything here. So my mom, Mandy, my mom took a reishi tea. Now water only pulls out some of the molecules that are so like incredibly beneficial to your health, to your mind. He makes a tincture, which is
extract.
Yeah, it's an extract. Sorry, not a tincture. It's an extract. And we say that for disclaimer purposes because the FDA, big pharma, y'all, does not want this stuff on the shelf. This is the kind of stuff
that I was going to say. Like, it would be good for if you were wanting to come off of that medication.
Slowly. And talk to your doctor about it.
Right. Always consult your physician, especially even with reishi. They've recommended them to my sister, and, you know, it's an honor to be able to provide that for her.
Such an honor. But I called him. My mom, no kidding, she drank the tea. Girl, you are killing me. She drank the tea, y'all. And she had a migraine coming on. Now, for anyone who's ever had a migraine, you know, you can tell when it's coming up on you. And she had it
weeks at a time.
Yeah. And so I don't get migraines, but my mother does. And so I've had to kind of live through her having them. But she started having one. She goes, oh no, it's coming. It's coming. And you know, I don't get to visit my mother often. I was only there for a few days. And I was like, let's try some of the reishi tea. And she's like, well, okay. You know, and she's very open to new methods, but because she's on disability, she gets drug tested. So she can't smoke marijuana. She can't do anything that's natural almost because Big Pharma tries to push that stuff down. Well, she drank some reishi tea, which won't affect anything in her drug test. And I'm not kidding you. Within minutes, she said it's gone. It was. She said I could feel it here, and it started moving. Yeah. She said it's right here, and it started moving over here behind my neck because my mother had a broken neck.
Tell them what you did beforehand to set it. You know.
Yeah. What the intention?
Yes. So you did the same thing I did. I didn't even tell her to do it.
Yes. This is the most important part. Kyle set the intention for it to help anything. He prayed, he thanked it, and I'm sure he cried over it, y'all. I'm sure there's teardrops on every tree, okay? Because this guy cries every day. I love you. He's a darling, but he cries. But I'm sure that, like, he really heartfelt prayed over every single mushroom, every single tree that he took it from.
And tobacco, that's what tobacco is.
Oh, yeah,
so you leave an offering of the tobacco with the tree. And sometimes I'll hug the tree and thank it for its life and producing air for us in its life. And then, you know, even in its death, as it's decaying on the ground, the mushroom's helping it decay faster, you know? And it's just providing that circle, you know? That even out of death, life can come.
Exactly. Exactly. We need to be doing that with everything. Everything we eat. That's like saying when you eat food. That's a prayer, right? Saying thank you is right? Anyway, so the
That's
point
another
is
thing. I learned Reiki while I was out there, and I also would sit with them, like, and because you got to turn them to
with the trees or
agitate
the
them.
mushrooms.
So the spores in the mushroom, you know, they need to be cracked open and busted for those good properties to come out that are the alcohol soluble ones, and it just so you could shake them and like you just breathe and set that intention and work with the Reiki energy, and it's just, you know, and then you saw me earlier probably when I kissed it. I love it. I'm so
He does.
happy.
He gives so much love to it, and he has.
Yeah, I was
piles
like a
of
kid in a
Virgo.
candy store. Like I felt like a kid treasure hunting out there, and you get that excitement, and you just shake. You're like, oh, there they are, and it was so fun.
Because it's your path.
Right.
That is your path. He is such a shaman, you guys, and he's. You know, a shaman isn't born overnight. A shaman has to go through the shadow work. A shaman is a shadow worker. A shaman is a shadow worker who's lived many lifetimes. This guy's a shaman. I mean, how old were we when we met? Like probably 12 years old?
Yeah.
We've known each other our whole lives. Our birthdays are a few days apart. Yeah, about a week apart. Yeah, the 21st?
21st.
Yeah, and I'm the 15th. So
sisters is the 14th.
Yeah, and his sister's the 14th. So he's a Virgo too, very elemented to earth. He's very shamanic, whereas I am more high priestess. So we very much love to just geek out on this stuff. But he teaches me so much because I wish I was more elemental, but I'm not. Like I'm very cyclic and I'm very high priestess with the moon and stuff. But he's teaching me about the elemental process, and I think we're both giving each other, you know, something to that.
It's that alchemy of the soul, and then bringing it in and doing it's like actual alchemy magic. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. So whenever you take, I want to show you. So here's a little of the process. Okay, so here's what it looks like when. What process? What part is this?
So that's after I got the fresh mushroom and cut it.
There are gallons.
I stuffed it in there and filled it with pure grain alcohol.
And what kind of alcohol is this one? Everclear?
Yeah, just pure grain.
Pure grain Everclear. Yeah, pure grain alcohol. But this is not something that you can or should ever, and I'm going to make this very clear, this is not something to drink for recreation. Ever. You'll get very sick. This is something dosage-wise that you want to start with about 10 drops under your tongue and hold it in there for about 30 seconds and then let it sit. And that's when I set my intention because you feel the burn. You feel the burn. You're like, oh, hurts so good. Well, John Mellencamp for you. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Then you move on to this one, okay? And then tell me about this process. So this one lasts how long? How long do you do this?
Take it up. That's 2 months.
This is 2 months right here that he does this. And he picked them by hand, said prayers over them. This is not like farm workers just shucking them off. So this is truly him doing it by hand and praying over every single mushroom. Okay? And then this one.
Turn it over. Kind of shake it. You can see the sediment at the bottom.
Yeah, you see the sediment.
So those are the spores from the mushroom, and it's, you know, alcohol's catching it. So every bottle I would say shake before you. Yes, always shake it. I do every time. I shake it. We're about to answer questions, you guys. So if you've asked questions already, make sure that you copy and paste them or remember them for later. Okay. Now, this is not, I mean, you can buy something this big, but we haven't even set a price to that yet, right? Oh, I don't know. That's like we haven't really talked about that, but we will. But this would be like a year's worth, right? I mean. Well, that'd be a lot more. That's like half a gallon. Well, it depends on if you are picking up your, So. This is more like an essence. Like, have you ever heard of like a flower essence kind of water? So it's just an essence kind of. So I feel like it goes a lot further.
Yeah.
Like when we first started that Walkabout, I met a buddy. He did a Indian paintbrush essence, and it was just, I mean, you just needed a couple
Like the
drops
flowers,
in
the
water.
Indian paintbrush flowers.
Uh-huh.
We have a lot of those in Texas.
And
It's like weeds here.
and you just dropped it a couple drops in the water, and I mean, you could feel so it's like a frequency of the plant
Absolutely.
itself,
Flower essence, have you
and when
guys
you tapped
researched that?
into that essence like that.
Yeah.
And
Same thing with essential
Mhm.
oils. So that's something else I want to talk about. If you guys are into essential oils, it's the same process. You're extracting, like, I want to talk about this for just a second before we move on. When you extract the soul out of a plant using alcohol, that's what it's for. The alcohol is to extract the soul. So this is very interesting. I want to have you kind of take this into yourself when you are drinking alcohol. Okay, I'm not saying alcohol is evil. I drink all the time, but I am saying that you need to be cognizant of what alcohol is doing to your body, because alcohol makes the vehicle very uncomfortable for the soul, so the soul leaves the vehicle, which is why people black out when they drink too much. Which is why we have essential oils. The alcohol makes the plant, the vehicle, uncomfortable, and the soul leaves, and we extract that soul and we make a tincture and extract out of it. That's what he's doing with this. So with that being said, that's how this whole process works, right? Allergic to alcohol. So if you have any allergies to alcohol, this is not for you. This is not for you. Okay. Like I said, even
well,
like
if somebody wants to try to get you can still get the benefits from the dried reishi. I would help somebody.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, like I said earlier, my mother drank reishi tea. Okay.
It's all about setting that intention.
Absolutely, and setting that intention that he said. So he could help you out with selling you, the dried mushrooms, these ones, and what you would do is you would put them in some kind of herb grinder or a blender or a grinder at any kind. And what you would do is boil these just like a regular herb tea, and then strain it through a tea strainer just like you were making tea. Okay.
And you can continue to reuse it until it stops. Once it stops producing color, then you've pulled everything out of the mushroom you can.
Absolutely.
So as long as it turns color, it'll continue to provide for you the
Yep, and I totally forgot to put your email below, but I will. I'm going to do it as soon as we're off this video. We will put his email address. What you're going to do, I want to talk about the order process a little bit. So what you're going to do, if you want to buy this, darling, I think that was Jody. Yeah, Jody. So if you want to buy just dried mushrooms, just email Kyle and make sure you put in the top, everybody. If you want to buy anything from Kyle, make sure you put in the top ET Soul Tribe, and he'll give you 10% off. Okay? So make sure you put in ET Soul Tribe in the subject line, and he'll know what that means. And he'll give you 10% off, because this email is specifically for ordering mushrooms. Okay? And what he'll do is send you a PayPal invoice. And you can pay that with a credit card, even if you don't have a PayPal account. It's just an invoice that you pay with a credit card, a debit card, however you want to pay. Nothing is saved. You don't have to create an account. You just have to pay the invoice like you would anything, like anywhere if you bought online. Okay? Now, if you get the tincture, okay, it's going to be, this right here is a 2-ounce bottle right here, okay? Now I want to show you. I have one of these myself. So before I use it, I shake it really good, because there is sediment. You want that sediment. That sediment is what is the living stuff there, right? I even put this in my, what I make today for dinner? Risotto. I put some of this in my risotto. I put like a couple of droppers in my risotto because I love mushroom and risotto are great. And I thought healing benefits, hello. I already put white wine in it, so I may as well put a little Everclear. No. But it's not enough, like if you, for instance, if you don't drink, it's not enough to even, you could take this whole thing and you might you would get very sick.
Mm.
So here, if you push the dropper, that's about how much you're going to get. Now, this is about, we counted these drops out. This is about 20 drops. Hang on. So that's about 20 drops right there. Okay. I would suggest starting with about 10 drops, which is about half of that. But it doesn't go up all the way, which I love actually. I've gotten up to 20 drops, so I take this much. This is how much I take now. Okay? Kyle screwed me. Like, he had this fat dropper and he like put a whole thing in my mouth the first time I got here. He's like, wait till you try this, and he squirted it in my mouth. Y'all, I pooped for 2 days straight. Okay. It's gonna clear you. We're gonna talk about the side effects. We're gonna talk about the poop. Okay.
And you're purging it all that.
It's purge.
Junk,
It's an internal purge, and it is a spiritual purge and a mental purge. Okay. There are 3 different purges you're gonna go through. I cried so much. I got a few like this right here. I haven't had a pimple in forever. I got this pimple right here. These 2. And it's almost like a pushing out of stuff. But my skin is starting to glow. My eyes are clear. My eyes are glowing. My channeling is on point, y'all. And look, I take this much, okay? I haven't taken my nightly dose, so I'm going to show you. Take this much, and I put it under my tongue for approximately 30 seconds. Now, I have seen some websites that say 60. Whatever. Do it as long as you can take the burn. Okay? Do it as long as you can take the burn. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, if there's nothing there to swallow, then you did it right.
You hold it, and then you set your intention, you say your prayer, and you say, sweet, darling reishi mushroom, help me with my depression. Help me with my anxiety. Help me with my sleep. You will sleep better. If you go research this online, you will sleep better. You will have lower anxiety and skin benefits. I mean, I've seen so many benefits. Now, I will say long-term benefits. Yeah, it's going to depend on what you need help with. And Kyle has intentionally put an intention on it to make sure you get what you need out of it. So you have to say what you need help with. Do you need help with your skin? Do you need help with your tummy? Do you need help with your migraines? Do you need help with neck pain, with back pain? You have to say what you need help with. Do you need help with social anxiety? Like, there are things that if you just
that's another thing. It really helps with it can act as a antidepressant or an anti-anxiety. And like I told you with the immunomodulator, so if your immune's low, it can adjust it there. And like people with non-autoimmune diseases or whatever are known to come down too. So it regulates and it like keeps it balanced more in the middle.
So if you have autoimmune disease, which there are so many people out there that I know right now, my son being someone who has vitiligo, which is an autoimmune disorder. So if you have an autoimmune disorder, whether it's too high or too low, it will regulate like that autoimmune, right?
It can help regulate it. Yeah. These are all just, things you can look up online and research.
So why do you call it the, oh my goodness, Immortal
Queen of Immortality?
I always want to say Immortal Goddess of Immortality, but it's Immortal Queen of Immortality. Why do you call it that? That's what he calls this mushroom. He calls it the Immortal Queen of Immortality.
Kind of like you say, there's 3 layers, there's the same way with that, and it's known as the Queen Healer of the Mushroom Kingdom, and it's also known as
it's known as like
the Mushroom of Immortality. Yeah, and the Chinese Lingzi means divine mushroom. So,
nice.
Yeah, and they took it for spiritual purposes as well, but also
the Chinese did,
right?
The Ling Dynasty.
Well, I don't know about the Ling Dynasty, but they named it Lingzi, so I mean.
Lingzi Dynasty.
Lingzi.
Or they named the mushroom Lingzi.
So Reishi's like, it's more from Japan. That's Chinese.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Do we want to talk about anything else specific, or can we take questions?
We can take questions.
Did you want to push it? Because
Well,
I forget. He knows everything.
The Queen of Immortality is it also has antioxidants, and oxygen is one of the main things that helps the aging process. And you can get your cells, and it will rework your cells in your body, and that's how Queen of Immortality helps kind of like fountain.
Do you mean like
it's like it helps keeps you younger. It keeps the aging process
right,
and it has that capability.
It has a molecular
changes you at
level.
a cellular level. It works
right.
all the subtle bodies, all the different bodies, your physical, your auric field, your
very cool
emotional field, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's a multi-dimensional mushroom that's in every dimension.
Absolutely. And like I said, you guys have been watching me for the past few weeks. I started taking this 3 weeks ago, and I was like, Kyle, we have got to share this. And he is charging less than we've seen it everywhere else, and he intentionally picked these, intentionally prayed over them. You're really not going to find like
wild.
this
They're
kind of
wild.
personal. And if you're in the soul tribe, like I said, you get that 10%.
A lot of people grow them, and these are wild. So I was out hiking in
That's
the
huge
forest,
difference.
and you know what I mean. And
they
it was
grew
great
on the
spirit
trees,
guiding
like,
me,
yeah.
and Mama and Papa blessing me, and it's just, it was straight from above. It wasn't like I, went and grew them.
I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
literally cried taking so much.
That's most of the love right there.
Pache Mama was like, why leave them for the worms and the beetles to just eat?
These are made for humans to have as healing.
Another thing is, if you cut them off, they'll continue to grow the next year. You're just cutting the fruit head off.
You know how to harvest them.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, like some of them that would look too far gone, I would take them and I'd find another log that didn't have them on it, and I would set that there, and I'm like, all right, and I'd pray and intend for that one to
continue
produce.
to grow.
Right.
Beautiful.
So I would make sure that, and you don't want to take them all if they're all on a tree either. You don't want to just rob it blind. I mean, so they continue to produce and come back.
Yeah, you're harvesting, truly harvesting something. And that's how it should be, you guys. He's praying over it. He's harvesting over it. He's not destroying the land. He is giving back. And he is even reharvesting ones that are dying, which I love. So for me, the intention in this is so powerful. I'm going to show you the 2 different types of bottles before we get to questions. And so this right here is a 2-ounce bottle. I would say that if you're doing this, like I would say for the first week, you want to do about half of what I showed you, a half of a half. So it only fills up. When you pull it up, we got this intentionally like this. It only pulls up about a third of the dropper, if you notice. That's a full dropper squeeze right there. A third of the dropper. So that's about 20 drops. So you're going to use about 10 to start out with the first week. And that's about half the dropper. Okay, and then after that, now I use it in the morning and at night. Okay, it's up to you. See how it's going with your system. Try it in the morning, see how you feel at night. If you're feeling good, do it again at night because it helps me get intuitive dreams.
Do you mind? I was going to say, will you use it to wake up and go to sleep? See how it's all about intention?
It really does work that way.
It gives me energy most of the time.
It gives him energy and it relaxes me.
If it's working those sudden, your astral body would be energized too. So when you go to bed, it can do its thing, go do its work, take off.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So you work your way up like with any natural supplement. Now, as with any natural supplement, it will take approximately 2 weeks to show the full effects. I felt effects within, I would say, the first couple days. My mother felt effects within the first few minutes. Everyone is different. Be patient with your body. Set your intention and be patient with the mushroom. Okay? Let it do its magic. When you set your intention and communicate with it, as Kyle has set that intention for you to do, okay? This isn't something you're buying from a store that's mass produced. This is something he has prayed over. This juice, he has worked hard and prayed over and put love into it. Mushroom juice, right? He's put so much work and prayed over it. So you will truly just be wasting it if you don't pray and set the intent. That is the true magic. The true magic behind this is that he has prayed over it, honored it. Yes, thank you, darling. Amy Gill said, honor it. He has honored the mushroom, and he has asked the mushroom for help. And if you've seen scientific videos on mushrooms, there is a community, and mushrooms communicate with each other, right? They communicate with the cells in your body just like they do with each other and with the trees around them. Allow them to try this. Allow the magic to happen, right?
More closely related to the mushrooms than we are any other animal kingdom.
Say it again, louder.
We're more related to the mushrooms than we are any other animal kingdom. So, I mean, there's a reason that it's the least researched,
Big Pharma does not want us to know about this.
Why do you think they're not researching it? Because they could use that, and they can't do it to living things. They can't. They have to make it and process it to be able to lay a right to it or something, like a patent, right?
A patent, yeah, a patent. So, and you can't patent something that grows, right? No, you can't. You can't patent I guess you could with tobacco, so you could. But if it heals something, how do you keep giving it medicine? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the thing is if it actually heals you, well then you don't need medicine anymore. And we can't make money from you. They like a long-term money, right? GMO, baby. GMO. So,
careful.
Right? I'll call them out. I'll put a disclaimer. I'll put the legal, but y'all know how I feel about all that stuff. Okay? So we have 2 different sizes. Okay? We have the 2-ounce bottle. If the first time that you start taking it, this will probably last you about 2 months. Okay? This one is $50. You get a 10% discount if you just put it at the top. And I'm going to put all of this in my community tab. I'm also going to go back and put it in my description box. And it's going to be email him and just put in the subject line ET Soul Tribe. And he'll give you a 10% off. Okay? Or a 1-ounce bottle. If you just want to try it, you don't know how you're going to react to it. I totally get that. If you want to try this first, this is $30 and you still get that 10% off code for either of these. Okay? All right, let's take some questions. They have a lot of questions. Okay. Hold on. All right, I'm going to start with David. The last question. Can you distill them? They're already in alcohol. They've been distilled in alcohol. He said, can you distill them in alcohol?
Oh, yeah.
That's what this is. They're distilled in alcohol.
And so those have been in there for 2 months. I have more.
Yeah, these right here have been distilling in here for 2 months.
No, those have been in there for about 4 now.
4 months?
I mean, the longer you leave it in the alcohol, it's just...
So these have been in here for...
it's going to be once
The next batch is going to be good, y'all. All right, what else? What else are y'all's questions? Daily at first? Raymond said, should they do it daily at first?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely, I did.
As much as you can. Now, the only
we need to talk about the side effects.
I was just about to say, the only side effect that, I've heard that was really bad is if you take the powder and take it longer than 6 or 9 months. So, I mean... You can use it until, whatever is cleared. So
Cheryl, I saw you.
It's just, so also helps build, like I said, it's a immunomodulator, so it'll keep your immunity balanced, so you don't have to worry about catching anything,
Yeah, the immunity part of it is amazing. My allergies have even gotten better, y'all.
Yeah, it helps with allergies,
oh
too.
My gosh. It's truly, that's why he calls it, is it the Queen of Immortality? Okay. I keep wanting to call it the Goddess somehow. I don't know why. It's Isis coming in. Isis is coming in. So, it's helped with my allergies, but I will say that it's going to clear you out. So, the first couple days, if you got some Hershey squirts coming out your butthole, okay,
Purge.
Your brown eye, it's purging, y'all.
Thank him.
It's purging. Yes, say thank you. While you're
Anything
sitting on
bad
the toilet, what do you do?
Anything
Thank
bad that was
Lord,
there, you're
thank
like,
you.
thank you. Thank you for taking that.
Praising the
from me,
porcelain gods. No, truly, it is a small purge. But yes, I would say take it daily, at least. I would even say because you're gonna feel effects by within a few hours. That first effect, not the full effects. Now, the full effects of building up in your immune system and the allergies and the autoimmune and all that, that's going to take 2 weeks to 6 weeks, depending on your system. So you got to take it for long enough for it to truly get within your cell system and start working with your cells. The mushrooms will become a part of you. Now, at first, though, I will say the first 2 weeks, I was clearing some stuff. Okay. So I will say I was very regular. But it wasn't interrupting anything in my life. I think one day I might have had cramps because I did have like some constipation going on, being very, very open with y'all as normal. And the movement of going through that gave me a few cramps, but nothing more than like if I ate Fuegos, You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, not even like if I took Imodium, or no, that does the opposite. But something to make you, Phillips, to make you go to the bathroom. That gives me worse cramps than this does. So yeah, there was one day where I felt it moving through me. Just be thankful. Thank the mushroom. Just like you said, intentions. Tell the mushroom thank you whenever it helps you. And that makes a huge difference. The mushroom is conscious and it wants to help. Kyle has set this intention. The mushroom is fulfilling its destiny. So when you take it, help it to fulfill its destiny. Say thank you. Tell it what a great job it did. And continue. And you will get more and more and more out of it. So far for me, that has been the experience. I feel amazing. So that's that part. Now, Cheryl asked, how much are the dry ones? Cheryl, how about this? Just like before when I said to Jody, email Kyle. I'm going to put that email address below. I'll just send it to you, baby. I have your number. So email Kyle and he will give you, like, do you think we could do like we'll do a small amount that you can order to see how it works with you. But like I said, if you're not going to plan on doing 2 to 4 weeks daily of it, you're not going to get the full buildup in your cellular and molecular body, right? The mushrooms work with you over time. So just make sure, we'll talk about how much that would be for tea, and maybe you could send it ground up already. We could even talk about bagging up that. We'll figure that out. But yeah,
Well, that, another thing is, like we talk about doing the Reiki and like reads and dream interpretation and stuff like that. If y'all want to talk to me about any of that, I'm also, working on a site to open up, and I'm going to be more about donation based, and I'll, go through them with spirit. And if you want any prayer intentions, if you would like me to help you, I will pray over your bottle for whatever you would like. So.
Yes, that's another thing. Prayer intentions. Kyle would love, and me too. We're doing this together, making them here at the house together and everything, like bottling them up together. If you guys want a specific manifestation or release, please include that in your email. We would be happy to include that. Okay, free of charge, like not extra. Please tell us, but we have to know what you want. It's just like I always say, I'll send you frogs and toads for transformation if you don't tell me what you want, baby. Okay. We love giving the energy back. We love sharing a good thing. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Thank you, Trisha. Thank you, darling. We are going to pull some cards because we're here and we must. Okay. Kyle's going to play us a little knocko on the guitar. I cannot wait. And he's got a cool twist to it. You're going to love it. Not the words, just the actual music. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
What's another question?
Love you, Val. Awesome. Thanks. Everybody seems like, I think we answered 10 drops, couple days, then graduate up to 20. Yes, Raymond. And go with your body.
Maybe start at 5. I mean, it just
go with your body. If you the first day or two, maybe start at 3 to 5.
Put a couple drops in a glass of water. Just make sure like I said, it's all about intentions, and make sure it's like spring water, maybe a good sourced water source
Yeah.
that you're comfortable with. Like you don't want to put it in. Well, it might cure the fluoride in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who knows?
Right.
Maybe
If you're
put it in
drinking
there.
tap water, it might like
You
balance
could
out
do
that
that.
fluoride. We put it in our coffee in the morning. Like he'll drop some in my coffee, and that works too. Now I do admit that I do enjoy taking it under my tongue. It has a nice burn to it, and I can feel it. I am quite the masochist. Yes, I am. But it has a nice little burn to it. So whenever I take it under my tongue, I set the intention while it's under my tongue. Because it takes about 30 seconds to say a real prayer. So I pray to the mushroom, or I communicate with the mushroom while it's under my tongue. I take it in the morning when I wake up with my vitamins, and I take it at night before I go to bed every single night. And I mean, you can work your way up quick, and it's a yummy addiction. You're gonna love it. It just, you feel clear and you feel healthy, and it's like, I don't know, for me it's like I can see clearly now.
I read one of the side, which is ironic because I read one of the side effects could be headaches. Which
Not at all.
no, I'm just saying.
It heals
With
headaches.
yeah, I was gonna say with the. I was funny when I
That
read it.
must
I
have
was
been like somebody just.
It's just possible, you know. Different
There's
people
no
affects different
way.
ways, you know what I mean?
I guess, and that's the thing
So
too.
when I first brought it home and started processing it, I was dehydrating it, and we had my roommate and I had a friend over, and like they woke up and thought they were gonna have to go to the hospital because they were breathing in like the spores, I guess, getting cooked into the air, and it's just like
God.
me and her both talked to her like he's just purging out, you know. It was probably what needed to happen, and it's like once you start to realize that that's just your body purging out, you know, something bad, then you kind of I don't know. I kind of look funny sometimes, smoking a cigarette in the morning and asking it to remove stuff from me, and it'll actually get me to where I'm dry heaving, like I'm throwing up, and I'm like sitting there, thank you.
He's
and
a
people
weird. He's like throwing up. He's like, "Thank you, Spirit. You're purging me."
But yeah.
So, what I'll say here is go do your research, see if it's for you. Find out what you're finding out in your own research. What I will say, yeah, talk to your doctor, especially if you are taking any medications. Talk to your doctor.
You possibly want to get out.
Most doctors love reishi mushrooms. Like most doctors that aren't trying to sell big pharma. Like my mom said she can't wait to tell her doctor. Her doctor loves natural methods. But some doctors don't, because some doctors really make money off big pharma. So you're really going to have to do your research, communicate openly with your doctor, okay? Especially if you're thinking about like giving it to any children. We do not recommend it for any children under 18 without a doctor's consent, okay? And this is an extract, not a tincture. Disclaimer says we have to say that.
I guess if you wanted to put 21, I don't know if alcohol's a thing or not.
I know it should be 21, right? Because it is alcohol, but I'm pretty sure that extracts don't count.
I was
as
gonna say
that.
it's not enough.
And plus, any parent.
But I did get carded for a kombucha up in Maine that was like
for kombucha.
2.5% alcohol, and they're like, "Do you have your ID?" And they're like, "This is a Texas ID." They didn't know what one looked like, so they had to take it and look at the book.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny.
How funny.
Good times.
So yeah, that's one disclaimer. Okay, y'all just don't sue me. Be nice. Don't sue me, please. We just want to help people out, and it's helping me out. I love you all so much, and I love sharing a good thing. I think there's something magical there. When you find a good thing, share it. And someone said the other day, "Hey Val, your skin's looking all glowy. Do you want to share your secrets?" My secrets right now are this reishi mushroom. That's all I'm doing. That is it. This is all I'm doing. So I'm not saying it is the end all be all of magic, but I feel better mentally, spiritually, physically. I have more energy. You guys have seen me. You've seen me. Been watching me over the past few months, so you know. Okay, 33 viewers right now. I love it. Love the numerology. There's that train going by. You ready for some music? Ready for some music, y'all. Alright, everybody take a big old deep belly breath. I'm gonna pull some cards and he's gonna play some music. Let's awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on some. They're so yummy. Okay, wait. Let me get cards. Well, you can. I'm not telling you to wait. I'm telling you. Hold up. I'm going to pull two. One for divine masculine, one for divine feminine. Whatever you're resonating for healing right now. All these decks are below. Unbuckle my pants. I ate too much risotto, y'all. Gotta unbuckle my pants. That feels good. That's why I keep coming down here. Lay down. You can play whatever you want, babe. They're cool. Everybody here is cool.
Violet flame burn over me, child I will always be. Violet flame burn over me, till we are pure. River is flowing, flowing and growing. River is flowing back to the sea.
Divine feminine. Oh wait, where's mine? Ah! We got this as gifts the other day from our neighbor Pam. The beloved for divine feminine. Next will be divine masculine. It takes how long it takes. It's also the number 5. Whatever you're resonating with, you have both within you, my darlings. Andy, it's all up in my business. Love it. Thunder for the divine masculine. Thunder. I want you all to notice the buffalo running. Notice the buffalo running. Divine feminine, divine masculine. 56, also an 11. 5. All right. I see some dissonance here, but it's okay. It's only so that this can work into this. Now, this is going to be within yourself as well as with your divine partner. Okay? Within yourself. You may be feeling thunder. Your divine masculine may be healing, but look at how she is healing the thunder. Beautiful. We'll read a little bit in a second for each. I'm going to pull a few clarifiers for each while he keeps playing a little bit. I can't take it. It's my Virgo, y'all. Like my pants are undone. Mandy, lay down. Honey, you're too big, baby. She loves the guitar, y'all. We love the guitar. Mom. Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and a Fool. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Someone has walked out of the darkness, has made a choice to step away from this and change their mindset. Someone's made a choice to take a risk. And because of that, you're going to be celebrating, darling. You are going to be celebrating. It's also the card of marriage, celebration. I'm really feeling celebration and joy here. Stepping in to the mindset that serves you. Stepping into the mindset that serves you. And then watch your frequency change. Watch yourself go up this wheel. Notice how luck is with her. She wears the dice around her neck. What is that number? 10 on the dice, 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4 on the dice, on the fuzzy dice around her neck. Notice that she balances dark and light energy. Notice it. That's you. You have this. My darling, divine feminines. It's all inside of you already. I love you too, Western Raven. It's already inside of you, this joy. You are the beloved. You're the beloved. You are the healer. And you're going to heal the world with your joy, with your frequency change. Right? Love it. Thank you, Kyle. What great backdrop. I'm going to hire you to stay. Hard. You guys usually won't be able to understand us when we like talk to each other. We make no sense at all. Okay, hang on. I've lost the mail card. I think Andy's laying on it. Get up. Are you on it? Found it. All right. Divine masculine. Divine masculine. I'm sorry. Why don't you lay down? Let me sit. No, you can't. Come on. Lay down. Right there. I know you're big. I know you're big. Divine masculine. This is within you as well. Find the story here. Find the balance. Okay? Release all expectation, y'all. Talking photo bomb. Take straight. Absolutely, Amy. No, I'm sorry. Lady Blindwolf. Absolutely. Oh, Amy Gill, such gratitude in my heart as well, my darling. For divine masculine. He's trying to learn how to be himself again. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, look at this. For our divine masculine, we have someone who has been chasing. Remember, this was thunder. This was thunder. The rumbling. The rumbling of the earth. You can feel it beneath your feet. You know your intuition long before, right? You know your intuition long before. The rumbling that comes upon. Notice the red on the bottom of his shoe, passion, how fast he's running after that motorbike. He's running after his dream. He is impulsively, without preconceived notions, running after his dream. He's putting himself out there. He's putting himself out there. Not easy. Not easy. For some of you, this may absolutely be in love. This is Knight of Cups. He's holding some roses. He's taken off his hat. He's quite the gentleman. He's made a picnic. And he's got a white horse of innocence in the back. He has innocent and pure intentions. He really, truly is putting himself out there in an authentic way. This is what your divine masculine is learning right now. How not to impulsively, he's moved from impulsively chasing, right? With this Knight of Swords, impulsively chasing after he wants and saying, I want that, I have to have it now, to saying, I want that. What do I need to do to make this happen? Right? Mixing his emotion, his mental, and his intuition all at the same time. This is power. This is power. This is the divine masculine growing. Okay? Now, he may be chasing her. Okay? But this Page of Wands here is passion. So we went from swords. We went from swords of air. Nice. Are you really playing that right now? Play it. You'll be a woman soon, girl. Knight of Cups, emotion. Yes, balance. And Page of Wands, feeling authentically you. Okay? This is not gender related. This is being in your authentic zone. And isn't there joy in that? I can't breathe because I have so much joy. And finally, creating. As he learns that he's putting the magic in, oh, the universe is like, oh, darling, you finally realized how powerful you are. You're made of stardust. And we cannot wait to give back. As you create, they're going to bless you. Beautiful. You want to play some Nako?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to sing a Nako song. Well, he's going to sing a Nako song. And I'm going to back him up. He has such a cool spin on it. You're going to love it. And then we'll close it out, guys. If you know it, sing along.
Always give what you can, even if your allies draw lines in the sand and dig. Always dig a little deeper, sometimes it's hard to be my brother's keeper. Love, till you let love in. Maybe I'm home in the wake of your skin, and it's crazy how we wear a ceremony. Always be open to your path and your journey, yes. She cradles my loneliness at home in a forest nest. Universal test, feel the weight of my love. Put your hand on my chest and rest in the cradle of my arms. The battle that we face is a place where our scars come from. And to pick up the gun, my love, we're destined to teach these ones to be brave and never run away. Courage is born from the womb on the first light of day. Yesterday you were born, you came out perfect, never meant to be torn in silence. Never been so loud in the violence. Never been so proud of a people. When we're fighting for a change, not afraid to lose it all. Despite all the rage, we are animals. Hell, we cannot be caged. Provoke us to fight, so we burn a little sage and write poetry. Wiser than the enemy will ever be. The minority and authority. Are you here to protect or arrest me? When I can't tolerate their hate and I'm losing sleep. Can't breathe cause they're choking out a war in me. Immortality, yeah. Love letters to God. I wonder if she reads them or if they get lost in the stars, in the stars. So many parts to a heavy heart. If there's no beginning, then where would you start? Start, where would you start? Human souls, so we carve them into story totem poles, cause we're always searching for a certain goal. A pattern of physics, a role. Don't believe all you're told and open up your fists. A misconception, you can fight like this and praise. With the power of prayer, if God's on our side, we can take the stairs to the heavens. Flipping through my chapter 7, I live with the snakes in the great deception on court. In this country for men who steal from their mother on paper with pen, and we're tripping down the red dirt road and we're asking, is this the way we should go? Kissing, soft top beat of my goddess. We walk the earth, yeah baby, we got this focus. And it's redirected, grateful, and I'm resurrected, stubborn. Yet I know the way, you're the skin on my drum. To your rhythm I will sway, take my hand. I won't lead you astray, we will not go gently into the darkest of days. Grandma's here, now she says persevere. Take a walk in her moxie's a trail of tears, and our fears are the same as they ever were years. Numb the pain of our Holocaust years. Always mobbing in motion. Maybe be an island or an ocean. Your arches, how they bend and contract on my conscience. They never slip through the grip of my thesis. And my theory is I shine in your presence of deliverance. Yeah. Love letters to God. I wonder if she reads them or if they get lost in the stars, and stars.
start, where would you start? I love you guys so much, my soul tribe. Notice while we were singing how many people, look at every single one of them are rejoicing. 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 Beat your own drum, baby. Look at this. Look at this. Feel the energy. Step into it. It is truly free will. Now, you know we have to close it out with our Naka song. What do they say, y'all? Sing along if you know it. They say, don't waste your hate. Rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Use your words. No, don't be nervous. You can do this. You've got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. I love you, my soul tribe. I will go back and read every single comment. Wait, yeah, good hell. Oh! I'll go back and read every single comment. I will also go update the description with Kyle's email. All you have to do is email him with ET. I'm going to put it on the thing. Also, go check the community tab. I'm going to put his email there. And I'm also going to include what you need to put in the subject line to get your 10% off of whatever you want, okay? Please let me know how it's working out for you when y'all get it. I'm so excited. I love you. Catch you on the flip side.